Good afternoon. My name is John Soward, and I'm with oldvoices.com. We're here today because we're introducing our website to the general public. And to do that, we wanted to let people know that this website is here to honor those over 60 who are doing something new in their life. We are at a unique location. It's called the Miracle Boxing Academy. And we're here because the boxing has become quite well known as being something new that old people are starting to pick up on and deriving great benefits in terms of their social life, their physical world, and their mental life. So to actually introduce us more to this concept of starting something new, we have Jacqueline Harris here, who will tell us more about why it's important that old folks like us start something new in their life.
Thank you, John. I'm Jacqueline Davis. I own Aspire Rehab, and I'm a speech-language pathologist. I have my master's degree in communication sciences and disorders, and I provide therapy for people who have swallowing impairments, voice impairments, communication impairments, and what we're here to focus on today, which is cognitive impairments, or today we're going to focus just on the aging brain.
Thank you. Tell me exactly why it's important for older people to begin to think about doing something new as they reach age 60.
It becomes important because it's very well documented in research that as the brain ages, there are changes within the brain, from the molecular level to hormones and neurotransmitters. These changes cause a functional decline. You can usually see these changes in impairments in short-term memory, forgetfulness, difficulty recalling names and words. Sometimes our processing speed is just not what it used to be, and maybe you're having difficulty doing multiple things at once that you used to not have difficulty with.
Well, how does doing something new help with that decline that we all go through?
Well, it's been documented by places such as Emory University and the National Institute on Aging that although there is a decline, there are certain skills that remain intact. And if we challenge ourselves cognitively, that we're actually able to inhibit some of that decline and reduce the likelihood of age-related illnesses such as stroke and dementia. These skills are obviously important, especially for the older population, because this can impair their independence. Most everyone wants to remain living at home, driving, managing your bills, but these age-related declines can actually impact that.
So what kinds of things could people do that would help either prevent that from happening, or if it was happening, to help make it better?
Obviously, everyone knows that physical and mental health is the best way to inhibit the decline. But we're going to focus today on the mental component, which is challenge our cognitive skills. Dr. Denise Parks from the University of Texas had done a research study. She actually looked at two different groups. She looked at a group of older individuals that didn't really do anything challenging, but they did go out. They socialized, they went to the movies, and they did things of that nature. And then she compared them with another group of individuals that actually learned a new task. Learning a new task actually ended up helping these individuals make significant gains in their cognitive functioning once they were done learning the new task. Those gains also were maintained for an entire year after they learned the new task.
So that was beyond learning the new task. It helped them in other mental ways.
It does. I guess as the old adage goes, use it or lose it. The brain is made up of a complex network of neural pathways. The more you're using those neural pathways, you're building stronger connections and strengthening those pathways so that you don't have so many noticeable, issues.
What are some of the things that people could really do then to help with the situation?
The more challenging the task, the better it is. They could learn photography, they could learn calligraphy, quilting. Any new task is going to be beneficial. Things as simple as learning to eat with chopsticks, or doing a task with your non-dominant hand that you normally do with your right hand requires your brain to compensate and use different pathways that it's not used to using.
How about things like volunteerism? A lot of our retirees like to volunteer for things. Would that qualify as something that could help?
Volunteering is very good for cognitive functioning because it incorporates the social component of things, but it's not necessarily learning a new task. So we're not going to say don't do it. You want to do it because socializing is a component that prevents age-related decline. But to take it a step further, go ahead while you're volunteering and still learn to do a new task. You need to challenge your brain. You need to push yourself out of that normal everyday zone you're in of doing things you're used to doing every day and tax your cognitive skills.
So as I understand it then, if you keep doing what you're doing, it may be all right to do, but you won't get this cognitive benefit.
Correct.
It has to be something new, and it also has to be something new where you're actually learning something in the process. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. So it needs to be this completely new skill. So if you've never done quilting, if you've never done knitting, if you've never built models, something new that you're not used to doing.
What if I just did something like started eating with my left hand instead of my right hand?
That actually has been found to be beneficial because there's two hemispheres within your brain. The right hemisphere controls the left side of your body. The left hemisphere controls the right side of your body. If you're always doing a task with your right hand, you're using the left hemisphere. If you now change the task and you're using your left hand, you're now using the right hemisphere of the brain. I think boxing is helping because it challenges problem-solving skills. He has to analyze the situation. He's trying to anticipate what his opponent is doing. Plus, he's learning all these new skills. On top of that, it incorporates a physical component of cardio and physical exercise, which has also been documented to be extremely helpful for preventing age-related decline.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline, for being with us today.
My pleasure.
And we've all learned a lot about why it's important to do new things.